welcome again to Shadows Under Arbor. Before we dive into the adventure, I'd like Monica to make me a wisdom saving throw, having 12 tokens, when I originally thought she had 9.
Would it happen to be when you get 10 you need to make a roll?
Perhaps. I'll reveal it at some point. Not now. Barely halfway through the campaign.
I got 12.
You got 12, did you? Total?
12? Yeah, 6 on the dice plus 6 on my wisdom saving throw.
Oh, damn. That's a shame.
Is that because something's happening or nothing's happening?
That's because something's happening.
Oh, yay.
We got to know.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Sorry, no combat today.
There was truly no bad outcome here.
Oh no, there's combat.
Oh no.
I mean, not right now.
No, now Monica has to get into a fight with mind bullets!
How do we think this happens? I think this happens as you start to kind of prepare. You've cast the Wheel of Woe, you've had the moment, and there's a moment where you decide that relaxing kind of, I know I need to stay and wait, but something is going to happen at some point, and so you can't. You ever have a phone call scheduled at about, say, like 11:30? You wake up at 9 and you can do nothing until that phone call happens.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm in the right crowd.
Is that a this crowd thing?
Yeah, it is this crowd thing. Sorry.
Carry on.
I thought that was just a normal everyday
That was a normal thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not trying to shoot my own team here, but...
Sometimes I think, I don't have as bad as the rest of you. And then you pull shit like that out. It's like...
I'm very self-aware.
Yeah, that's
the thing.
that's a fully universal thing that everybody understands.
Anyways, that feeling of being unable to complete tasks or do anything else until the event occurs, that is what you feel. And in that moment of focusing on something that is going to happen, you lose your sense of awareness. And you slip. Monica, you begin to hear something. At first it's nothing, and then wood cracking. A dull thud, then another and another. You're moving, you think, pushing through something. Heat surrounds you like heavy heat, like a wall. Voices? A grunt. Yours? Someone else's. Everything's red, then black, then red again. A figure in front of you. Someone familiar. You try to speak. You wave. Maybe they wave back. Maybe not. They point. There's a room, a hallway. Shadows flicker. Smoke curls at the edge of your sight. And pain. A jolt in your back like lightning. Falling. Fire. Then silence. Darkness. But the smell of smoke lingers. And you find yourself back where you were. Not more than half a second has passed. The sounds slowly come back to you. Your vision slowly comes back to you. And you are surrounded by the people there, everyone around you. They're preparing, getting ready for this ambush. But you remember things. memory that maybe no, you can't remember. Not fully. It's cloudy, smoky. There you are. So, do you do anything? You okay?
Yeah, no, fine. Was I not looking okay?
A little bit.
Okay.
Just want to check in as well.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. Is the description of I am absolutely fine in terms of it was you described basically exactly the feeling of having a flashback. But you have
Okay.
a flashback in like a PTSD sense.
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay.
Of you come back to the room and the sound takes a while to come back, and well done.
Thank you. I don't feel good about traumatizing my friends.
Don't worry.
You didn't do the traumatizing. It's fine.
Yeah, and it's not your friends. It's your friend's character that you've done that to.
Okay. All right.
Well, I think Monica probably has a 1,000-yard stare, but shake herself out of it.
If anyone needs a moment.
No, yeah.
Okay,
Oh no,
cool,
fully
cool.
good.
Square fucking go.
Just trying to think of how Monica reacts to it, and
So while you're thinking of that, we kind of are doing that thing where we're zooming through the pipe work and seeing things, and we're kind of above we kind of like zoom in, and then we move up above the street, and we see that it's very, very late or very early. It's that kind of moment where it's hard to tell which side of the divide in the day you are on. And you see people moving and shuffling across the city, even at this late hour. And you see paper boys getting ready to deliver the morning papers to the various pubs around Arbor. And one of them slips off their bag and into the sewer, and it's the next day's edition. Would anyone like to read any of the articles that catches their eye?
The Perilous Pursuits of Potions. A cautionary tale of Nagai Ogatar. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Sure.
Cool. In the grand city of Arbor, it is not uncommon for citizens to visit their local alchemists, whether to sew the common cut, cure an infection, or for the wealthier few to procure draughts said to slow the cruel march of age and time. Yet while many marvel at these bottled miracles, few consider the minds behind their creation, the master alchemists, the true artisans of the arcane science, are a rare and often controversial breed. Among the numbers, two names are oft spoke with equal parts admiration and alarm by apprentices and scholars alike. Today we consider the first, Nagai Ogatar, a figure both brilliant and damned. Born a goblinoid stock, Ogatar was a prodigious talent who embraced alchemy as though it were the very air she breathed. But brilliance, as ever, comes with its shadows. Ogatar held a dangerous conviction that magic could be distilled, bottled, and bestowed upon the non-magical through a precise combination of pharmaceutical formulae. At first her ideas were dismissed as heretical folly, fit only for fringe salons and speculative journals, but that changed with the creation of Bright. This shimmering elixir, dazzling in both appearance and promise, offered a glimpse into a future where magic need not be born but made. Yet its allure masked its peril. Bright soon revealed itself to be not only potently addictive, but catastrophically unstable. It came to light that the substance was being trafficked to fund criminal enterprises. Worse still, its use could result in the explosive, often fatal collapse of the user's magical core, frequently taking nearby innocents with them. The scandal was swift and merciless. Ogatar's reputation, once a beacon to aspiring alchemists, was reduced to ash. Our next edition will examine the rise and ruin of
It's a hard one.
Tafnutia?
Tafnautia.
Tafnautia. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, Tafnautia Badger, one who soared to fame, only to be undone by scandal and the cruel machinery of class politics.
Information. Clash in the nest. An explosion echoed from the cliffs of the nest late yesterday afternoon, startling passers-by and sending a plume of smoke spiralling into the sky. Witnesses describe the blast as sudden and violent, though the source remains unknown. The Green Cloaks have since issued a formal request. Any citizens who observe the incident are urged to come forward at once. Authorities suspect the use of unlicensed magic, a grave offence within city bounds, and fear further disturbances if the perpetrator is not swiftly apprehended. As always, discretion is advised. Stay vigilant, Arbor. End of message.
Practicing unlicensed magic, you will get caught. Better to get an education and learn the right way. Sponsored by the PG.com.
Sleep is a single drop away. Dr. Haxin's sleep drips. Contains chlorohydrate, extract of valerian, tincture of...
A lot of
Horse?
horrible things. As the
Tincture of horse.
magazine, as the first edition of the presses drifts down into the water, disappears around the corner, you continue your plotting and planning. What is your plan in this junction in the pipes?
What do we have still available to us? I've got a charge on the pipe that I can read the entire area in smoke. Makes us all very difficult to hit, but would make them difficult to hit as well.
Which way do we think they're coming?
I don't know. It's either that way or this way. Either from the room or along the pipe.
Because I can set some tripwires.
I can create a space for us to hide in.
How would that work?
Magically.
No, I mean, do we blend into the shadows, or is there an object that we hide inside?
We disappear into an into
Query. Would this cause
extra
Monica's
dimensional
death?
space.
Query.
Ah.
Would this cause Monica's death?
I believe we checked rope. This is rope trick, and rope trick does not trigger that kind of
Oh, okay.
What have we got on us that could cause that?
His lungs.
Oh, the
Her
lungs.
lungs. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a bag of holding inside my chest cavity.
Information. I have several spell scrolls I obtained from the Medusa's lair in the Red Lantern. Information. I am able to cast Glyph of Warding.
How many times?
Information. I have 2 scrolls.
But you'll want to learn one, I assume.
Information. Yes, although it is a powerful spell and I will not be able to learn it for some time.
But I owe you a scroll of ammunition. Because that was cool.
Information. Yes.
I want you to be able to do that again.
Information. It would be more useful in an area that had a lot of firearms.
Who knows what we might get up to in the future.
Information. It is difficult to tell, although my magical potential for divining the future is increasing.
That is also good to know.
I know that my specialisation is fire. It's probably not a good thing to be throwing around amongst frogmen carrying high explosives.
No, but if we can separate them from the explosive.
Then yeah, I can.
Information.
throw it
I can
too.
also cause fear.
That you can. Oh, you mean magically?
Information. Yes.
I see, yes.
Where am I going to be when all this goes on?
You're
You'll be
going.
hiding in the extra
Oh,
dimensional
okay, that
space.
sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We will keep you safe.
Oh, good. You seem quite capable. That's good.
Oh, that we are.
Well,
As a reminder, you chose to come out with us. You could have stayed where you were if you're worried about the danger.
I thought maybe that the plague rat people might come back, so I thought it might be safer with you. You seem capable when you dealt with them, or at least you said you did.
Information. Many people have tried to murder us in the last few months. Information. None of them have been successful.
Oh, that really was. Out of curiosity, any of you know the Dark Knoll family by chance?
Why
Any of us know
Information.
the
The
Dark
Darknell
Family?
family are the, and I will read the bit of the Arbor Wiki that Joe can't memorise, but people can.
Yeah, people can. So the Darknell family, for as people begins to regurgitate this information, any information that you would have gained from like you already had, kind of like fills in the gaps. The Darknell family are the head of the
Tree Rights?
The Tree Rights, the woodworking guild, basically, of Arbor. They were one of the most powerful families in Arbor. You think about like a great tree that has magical properties and all of its wood and everything magic is built from parts of the great tree. Very, very powerful family. Exceptionally rich as well. Their head is currently a person. Their head is not Caesar. It's his daughter, a pink-haired girl who you may or may not know the name of. But she's relatively recent.
I believe we've seen the name Dahlia.
Yes.
And that's in the newspapers.
Yes. So if you've seen it in the newspapers, yes. Dahlia Darknell is the current head of the Tree Rights Guild. It's questionable whether she's the head of the family as well, but they're usually synonymous.
Why do you ask?
I have a letter for them from my mother before she passed. She made me promise to get it if I ever came above ground. I'd be able to give it to somebody, and I'm kind of worried that I won't be able to. If something happens, you four seem quite capable. I was hoping you could deliver it on my behalf.
Of course.
I can deliver the letter.
Oh, okay. There you go. Do that letter.
I will hold up information. The letter could be delivered with this.
I will hand deliver it.
It is.
Easy. Clink. What?
You hand deliver it. on my 2, you will hand deliver it, of course.
On my natural 1, yeah, you'll definitely hand deliver it.
16?
You roll a deception check or persuasion check, depending on which has, and you just say the number.
Okay, yeah. So that's going to be 9 total,
Okay.
and then
Oh, right. Oh, no, I totaled a 7.
So, are you intending to hand deliver it?
oh yes,
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
That's true. There.
I will be hand delivering this.
Good.
That's pretty kind of you.
Yes. What happened? Did your mother used to work for them?
I don't know. She never talked about it. She just
Oh, I
said
see.
it was really important that the letter got. She also said if I can get to them, I should, and that letter, I should bring that letter with me. But I'm really, I don't. This place is really dangerous, and I've been down here a very long time.
No, of course.
I actually don't know how old I am, if I'm honest.
Hmm.
You think she looks about somewhere between. She's very malnourished as well, so that's kind of screwing up your ability to tell how old she is. There's a really interesting study on phenotypes in humans. Is it phenotypes? Where
Phenotypes are the ones that are not from genetics.
yeah, so like if you the equivalent is you take a domesticated pig and you put it in the wild, it's like structure changes significantly enough that you cannot tell the difference between it and a wild boar. And it's like, well, but that and that do not look anything alike. Obvious, but the environment changed enough that it triggered
It's
certain genes.
epigenetically controlled by environmental factors.
Humans have the same thing, and telling somebody's age who's lived in a war zone between somebody who's lived in a nice civilized country is very difficult. So she's effectively lived in a very horrible environment, so you're judging her age based on the way she looks is very difficult for you.
It will also depend whether the mother was starving at the time as well, because that. I'm not going to dive into.
It's very difficult to
yeah,
tell how old
it
she is
was-
based on that.
Query. I have a number of questions about Haunt. Would you be able to answer them?
Yes, that's one thing. The one thing I am an expert in. Yes.
Query. Is Haunt volatile or flammable?
Just think about what it's made of. Not as such, no. But it doesn't react well with heat. It starts losing its properties very quickly.
Query. What are the effects of overdose of Haunt?
Well, I'm not sure, but based on the people I saw in there who looked like they'd taken quite a lot of it, I think slowly transversing to the ethereal plane, past the veil, and then I think eventual death.
Query: is haunt narcotically or magically addictive? Or socially?
I don't know for sure. I've not studied in that respect. I know its properties and what's inside of it. I think people get addicted to it because they really want to see their loved ones again. And they might not be able to afford whatever things that exist in the other world to let you do that in more expensive forms. I don't know.
Were a creature with semi-permeable skin to be doused in haunt, what would happen?
I don't know. I've never tried that. Never had enough. It's extraordinary amount. You need an extraordinary amount of fluid from the brainstem in order to be able to generate enough haunt to even make a small vial.
Information. Thank you.
And then I think people's mind is of the type to think about the kind of linkage. When she just said it takes an extraordinary amount to make a little bit, and you remember that room
With all the heads, yeah.
and not just that, it was a room
many barrels.
filled with haunt, lots, and
They must have killed a whole bunch of people.
they're getting the bodies from somewhere.
Yeah, that was on my mind as well.
So how hurt is everyone right now?
Information. I am uninjured.
It's a light scratch.
Not scratch. I can heal myself. If I have the short rest, then I've got them.
Okay. Can I? Because there is a low level of water, right? And that's
Yeah.
kind of murky, right?
Yeah, a
it's
little
not.
bit.
It's not like
It's
clear.
not crystal clear, no, but it is relatively clean.
Yeah, I'm not planning to drink from it, but
It's not quite drinkable.
yeah. But I've got rope, and I've got a hammer. I don't know if I have anything that will actually. But basically, I wanted to create tripwires like just below the waterline. So as they're kind of moving through it,
You can
it'll hopefully trip them. So at that
Okay.
point there,
Sure.
and at that point there, that point there, and that point there, if I've got enough rope for that, because that's
You
these.
usually have 50 feet of rope, so it's 5 feet per thing. You need to anchor it to something, so you'll need something to do that. But beyond that, the rope's not the issue, it's the anchor.
Could I spend an hour attuning to the skull of Dale?
So when you put it in your head...
Oh, that was the achievement.
Effectively, yes.
Instant
But
achievement,
you don't have... So the Skull of Dale no longer has that power that it had before. You have gained...
I have
other
the memory
things.
of P instead. Right, okay.
So you
Plus
can't-
2 charisma and 2 bark inspirations. That feels a...
It's a good deal, yeah. But it's not the 60-foot psychic blast cone.
Causing stun, yeah.
I mean, that's fair. I just thought it might be handy.
I've got 10 pitons.
Yeah.
Could I use those?
I will say you can. You're hammering into copper. Or, well, not copper, but brass. Brass and copper and mixes, essentially. I'm not going to say you can't do it. It's just
No,
going
I'm
to be
just-
loud and also take a little bit of time.
Just trying to think if there's anything else that I can do instead.
Well, this was I was asking questions about haunt, because what if we just flooded the water with a barrel of haunt? Is it going to drive them crazy? But that was what I was thinking.
But we'd also be fighting in it.
It does absorb through the skin. So if they're walking, if they don't have proper
And the
breathing-
water goes that way.
Yeah.
So as long as we're upstream from it.
Oh,
But if they're coming from this way, the water doesn't link up there.
Mm.
It would also probably have bad effects on other people that might be interacting with this water.
yeah, anyone who drinks it or anyone who comes in contact with it, it's pretty. It doesn't dissipate on its own very easily. It's kind of cloying, so it's kind of like an oil a bit. It's a very strange. The requirements for they have me making this stuff for are very odd. The properties that you need in order to make it do what I mean, I assume what the primary purpose of. You don't need any other things, but they wanted it a very specific way. I don't know why.
Information. We have among our number an alchemist. Information. It would be useful if you could pass that information on to him when he reappears.
Okay, yeah, of course.
So confused later.
Sounds
Where would
perfect.
we like to hide? Once I create the space, it is fixed for the duration.
Should it be here? Because that way we can get in both directions equally as quickly.
Can I ritual cast augury again,
I'm not against that.
knowing
I was
that there
thinking,
will be a
like,
1 in 4
just
chance
in
of
the
this
middle.
resulting
Yeah.
in false?
Sure.
I was just worried if they go that way.
If
Well,
we
no, they have
They
to
have
have
to-
it.
they have-
You're
this
planning
is where
for them
the
to come
ultimate
from this
destination is
entrance,
this
not
height.
this one.
Oh.
Okay, so you want to figure out.
That's
are they
why
gonna
we
come
move
from
back
down
into
or
this space,
that
because
way?
they come
Yeah,
that
yeah,
way
yeah.
or they come that
So
way.
I'm assuming they're going to come from that way.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
So I'll let you word your question. You're smart
yeah.
enough to figure
Yeah,
this
yeah.
out eventually.
Also,
So
what
perception.
happens if you leave the rope thing? Does it disappear?
No.
It does remain.
It remains for a duration.
Yes,
How long is the duration?
8 hours.
Okay, yeah.
So someone could, if it was up here, and
Okay.
us 4 drop down, our 5th member will be protected. Yes. Okay, cool.
And
So
if
I
you
will-
pull the rope up after, then
Yeah.
no one can get in.
I will say for your wheel and woe thing, the way you word your question is, if I set all my traps in that direction, will I be successful? And so you're south, basically.
Yeah.
That's woe.
Okay.
So they're not. So I will help you out. They are not coming from that direction.
Oh.
Is that a second one?
At least, okay. I'll
The
also
second
preface
one.
this with, that's if this is true information.
Yes, I thought it would be an idea to try it because we have a 3 in 4 chance of it being correct, a 1 in 4 chance of it being random, which if we got wheel means we have like maths. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So it would be a 75% plus a 12.5%.
There you go.
87.5%.
I like those numbers, and
Yeah.
people's brain is made of numbers and eyes.
And a skull.
A number of eyes.
Monica, you can create fire, yes?
Correct.
Can you do it for free, or is it going to cost you?
So I believe I can produce flame as a cantrip. Yeah.
And how hot does that get? Is it
So
hot
you're in
enough?
rituals now, right?
It's 11
Oh,
minutes.
it's 11
sorry,
minutes.
or 10 minutes and 6 seconds to cast.
Is it hot enough
I'm
to
gonna-
melt
yeah.
or warp copper?
Maybe.
But basically, rather than hammering them in, can I weld them in place?
I really like that. What spell would you be using to do that?
It would be produce flame.
Okay, so that's going to take precision, and produce flame isn't really a precise thing.
Well,
so I
produce
will-
flame produces the flame and then you lob it.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
my
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
is produce the
So then you
flame.
just poke it
and
in the
then-
right spot. So I will say you can do it, but I want an Arcana check to see how well into the pipe
Yeah.
work that you managed to get them in.
Yeah, because there is a chance that they'll be in there, but the moment they move over them, rather than tripping them up, it just rips the thing out. So yeah, okay, cool.
Also, is it is it a good idea to get your crow to
Right.
rest somewhere?
Wait, the
In
crow can
advance.
breathe fire.
No,
No, it's over.
What at the beginning of this bit?
No, I'm still there.
Yeah,
It's an hour
sure.
lost.
Can you? Can I use your crow as effectively a flying blowtorch?
You have to ask his permission, not mine.
Well, do you want to burn something, but not have it on your conscience?
I wanted to use this. and
Yeah.
It's just something that, I
Okay.
think better out than in at this point. I think that's the better way of going about
Okay.
the thing. Right.
Okay.
We'll get to our
I'm
next
going to
thing.
hold this bitten in place,
Right.
and you're at the join here.
So
and-
why don't you rest on my my arm,
Okay.
and I'll help you with
Right.
the.
So, I just want to point this out. Hey, boss, I just want to point this out, right? Right, two of you, right? You are holding a metal piston, and I'm going to breathe fire on it. You're okay with this? I mean, I'm doing it, but I'm just giving you a warning for it, because that's just polite. Right, ready?
Hang on. I will take off my firefighter gloves and hand them over.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
I will then hold that in place.
Okay.
And then, is it hot enough to basically weld?
Because it's a consumable, I'll say yes. It burnt and just like the piton is just like a chunk of slag, basically. But it gives you enough like purchase to do that. And he has enough flame, but I think it's 3 flame breaths. He can do 3, so you can go woof, woof. So that gives you 1 kind of across a barrier.
In that case, I'm going to do that one.
Okay.
So as they're trying to, if they get past us,
So you have a pretty good chance that they're coming from this direction.
yes. So
Is it also worth me putting a glyph of warding
I guess
somewhere
I should say that way.
from that way? Yeah.
Not necessarily. They could be coming from this way or this way.
Glyph of warding is a 20-foot radius.
actually, with the native, in fact, actually, can I do it across that one? Oh, yes, yeah, because I get 3, right?
You get 3 uses total.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So
I see. Double your thing.
because there are the 3.
Yep. Very clever. I'll let you
Cool.
do that.
Cool. I'm not sure actually. Richthoff would have thought of that, but
That's the little smoke coming out the top of the nose of this. I don't want to refire again, boss. It wasn't fun.
You asked for it.
yes.
I know, but I ask for a lot of things, and I always regret them.
There's some water down over there if you want to drink some.
What's that? No.
Fine, no.
You're kind.
Canteen and offered him.
Your kind poops in here. And jumps on the shoulder.
So would it be a good idea to have him perched on the corner there, or
Yeah,
maybe
I'm assuming
further
there's
down?
like smaller pipes that like run along the top that you can just
Yeah,
kind of...
I'll let you. Yeah, sure.
Are there? So there are pipes running.
Yeah, a few like small, like little, like ancillary ones, things to like. In this case, it would have been to take gases away. You get a lot of them, and you still get a lot of them in London. In fact, there's one in Eastleigh, oddly enough. There's a weird, like if you drive down the long road in Eastleigh, there's a strange like tube that comes out of the ground, really really tall, and it's got like almost like a lantern post at the top, and that is basically exhaust from the sewer that's underneath. And it's been there since Victorian era.
Neat. I'm going to check that out.
Which road in Eastleigh?
The big long one, the one that always gets jammed up.
What things are on that road?
A Tesco's and a Nissa is on that road.
Tesco's and what? Sorry,
And Nissa.
oh right.
Yeah.
Mr. Crow. Sorry.
Yep.
Do you have a name? Sorry.
Crow. But
I guess at this point Crow is his name because he's a raven.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Checks.
I
What's the difference?
I have one more favour to ask if you're going to be perched
Right.
up high.
Okay. Yep. Can do that.
The plan is, because I have this bottle of haunt,
Oh, right.
if we were to tie it up onto the rafters and then tie the cap with a bit of string,
Right.
and attach like that to your foot,
Right.
when the enemies are below you, you could just fly up and it will tip.
So you want me to tip some haunt on them?
Yes.
All right.
Do we even need to?
Sure.
Do we even need string for that, or can you just dump it over them
If we
without
put the
that
bottle
assistance?
on another pipe, the crow can just knock it off.
Yeah.
I just carry my beak or my claw and everything. Just set me up. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know how long you'll be waiting here, so I'd rather place this somewhere that you don't have to hang on to it. You can just
Oh,
kind of push it over at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can do that. Cool. Yeah. You set it up, put them up there, get it ready. I'll say another 10 minutes getting set all the setups. It's 20 minutes now.
I will stand in the middle of this pipe here, open up my cloak, and kind of shake it a bit, and a long thread will come up and create a rope trick portal.
Okay. Cool. Nice. How does it? She kind of reaches up. How does it? Can I just go
Yeah,
in
just
there?
climb up, yeah.
Cool.
You see, like, so when she said I couldn't pull myself up from the thing, I kind of misspoke. It's not that she wasn't tall enough or she was too big. You see her arms, and as her arms go out, you see the kind of robe that she was wearing, or the smock kind of come down. There is no muscle there at all. Like it's just she's big in terms of structure, but there's not much meat to her. Can I get a boost?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Monocle.
You're quite strong still, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, you shoot into that thing.
I mean, with the additional +4 strength from my Tyrannosaurus totem, that's a 10.
It's enough to interrupt. She's very, very light in weird ways. Get her up there.
Anything else you want me to set up?
I don't think so.
Cool. I will climb up the rope.
So you
One will go up into the rope as well.
Okay. People and
Yeah, I think so.
okay. Yeah.
When everyone's in the rope trick, Monica is going to puff on the pipe, do the calm motions on everyone. Also,
Us?
hang on, no, first I will say, so you remember what I did to Craig earlier? That, I believe, is recharged now. And one of the side effects of calming the emotions, which I can end early, is it also provides some magical healing. So, if anyone would like some magical healing and to have their emotions calmed for 6 seconds, say, then
Those temp HP or regular HP?
just regular HP.
Information. I am uninjured.
6 seconds, you say? Deal.
Right, 6 seconds seems fine.
The smoke from the pipe emanates outwards. It kind of flows over it, like almost like liquid as it fills the space. I don't think
We're
it can,
hotboxing in the
it doesn't
road
exit,
trip.
and it smells of lavender and lilac and just very chamomile and just this beautiful calm space. And before you have a chance to kind of, I guess, relax, you kind of sucks it back in so you won't get the healing. Roger's like, oh, that's
3 HP.
That's the first nice thing I've smelled ever.
Richter will hand her, and I've forgotten her name, I do apologise.
Parthena.
Parthena will hand Parthena a ration of some description. Like,
She looks at it.
it's food.
Okay.
And I'm 2/3 health.
I need to know about your mother,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Yeah, I guess we got time, and it's kind of comfortable in here. Sure. What do you want to know?
Well, how did she end up down here?
Oh, I don't know. I was born down here
She never spoke of it before. Did she work down here as well?
for a while. Yeah, until she got sick.
She got sick.
Well, I mean, he looks around, looks at the sewer and the area you're in. Kind of I should say, technically we weren't there. We were other places. They moved us around a lot. When I was much younger, this stuff I can remember anyways. I've always known my life in the sewer, not necessarily that room, but other ones like it, similar. That's the biggest one they've ever been, honestly.
And presumably she was forced to make haunt as well.
As far as I know, yeah.
Did she ever speak of how she ended up in that situation?
She said she made a mistake. And then she wouldn't talk about it any more than that. She said something she did, something that was unforgivable, and she couldn't live with herself. But she wouldn't speak about what exactly, and it made her sad every time.
So she couldn't live with herself, as in the mistake that she made.
That's what she said, anyways.
And what was your mother's name?
Oh, Tefaltia.
I see.
I don't know what mistake it could have been that would have ended up dropping down here, anyways.
You could possibly say. Okay. But did she ever try to escape?
Oh, at first I think, yeah, a few times. When she was stronger. I remember one time she thought she had a good opportunity. She made this really terrifying acid burns through practically anything. I tried to make a copy of it right before you guys showed up. Actually, it was pretty close to burning through my chains. She didn't make it very far, and they took one of her legs at that point, and then she stopped trying. It's a bit hard to escape. You've only got
Just so that we're absolutely clear, you're referring to the plague rats.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. And at this point, he's going to say incredibly calmly, and that may or may not be the effect of the pipe, but he's like, I see. I'm going to kill them all. That's good.
I'm not going to say you shouldn't, but there are a lot of them.
Query. Are all of the plague rats afflicted with similar changes and manifestations as the ones we encountered?
All the ones I've seen, yeah. They usually have... There's usually one guard on me, or was, I guess, and they're a bit more strange. I have seen
Information their limbs were splitting into tendrils and tentacles.
something like that. I've seen some other things as well, other creatures. There's a lot down here, and the sewers go deep sometimes.
Is there a way to corrupt or taint the haunt?
I tried a few times. Whoever's buying it, whoever's getting it, or the Plague Rat's own kind of like quality checks, they figured out what I was doing very quickly, and I could never figure it out. The recipe itself is very ingenious in the way it was. I mean, yeah, it's a very clever thing, but it is a horrible creation. I don't know why you would want to corrupt it anyways. I would just as soon see it all destroyed.
Are you anyone who has a recipe?
Well, maybe.
Did you ever give it to someone else?
Well, yes. I mean, the Plague Rats have the recipe, but they don't have the skill, the alchemy skills, the necessary patience. They lack enough. She thinks they lack a lot of opposable digits in some cases.
Yes. Sorry, just to clarify, you'd rather see it destroyed. Sorry, that's what I was aiming for when I said corrupted. Because fire. Monica, I will have a job for you when this is done.
Yeah, burn it all.
Yeah, we'll go.
Information. If we wish to cut off some of the plague rat's resources, we could always tell a journalist. I imagine the moral panic around Haunt, when discovered that it came from the brain stems of deceased corpses, would cause quite a stir.
That's ingenious,
And we'll burn the stores as well.
Oh, we're doing that as well, but yes.
Right, just specify. You burn these stores. This is their largest. Well, I hope this is their largest cast. I've been making it for a very long time now, and my mother was making it for a very long time. But I don't know how much it was used, and I don't think it expires as far as I can tell. But, anyways.
We did also see a haunt dealer before, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
Yes, and there were supplies there. We'll go back there and destroy.
I think as you're having this conversation, you begin to hear something coming down the pipe.
Oh.
Does my detect thoughts extend out of an extra dimension? That one.
Extra dimensional space.
Thank you.
I will say yes, because the nature of rope trick is there is actually a hole where you can kind of look down into it. I think unless you decide to close it.
If you pull the rope up, I lose Wi-Fi signal.
Yes.
So from my understanding, pulling the rope just hides the rope. There is a blanket, attacks and spells can't cross the entrance.
Oh, so it's visible, like in the sky.
No, we can see out.
But they can't see
They
it.
can't see in.
Okay.
And attacks and spells can't go through that.
Right. Okay, so if you pull the rope up, even the only thing that would be visible is nothing.
Yeah.
It's literally...
Okay, then yeah, I'll say if you can see through it... Ooh, you said attacks and spells can't pass?
Can't cross through the entrance into or out of the entrance.
Then I'll say no, because that's technically a spell crossing the boundary.
Okay.
Your spell is...
But the moment we hear them, I'm going to activate this.
Yeah.
I will also give this to... Pavna.
Okay.
If your life is in danger, and I mean that second, use this. This is a charm to protect you.
Okay.
Basically, that allows her to cast Sanctuary on herself.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, she's definitely taking that. She's okay, hold on to it. And then I just concentrate?
Yep.
Okay. Is this magic?
It's a charm.
Okay.
You'll see. So we are hearing voices start to.
You're hearing something.
if pupil sticks pupil's head out of the road trick before we start like hearing voices get that close, will people begin to?
I'll say. Let's see, because it's 30 feet, isn't it?
And can I hear from the crow's perspective?
Oh, the crow definitely can. So let's just check if you guys
That's
can.
actually easier.
That's the entire reason why we got him down there.
Measuring tool, which is here.
A lot of your stuff is save spaced, right? In terms of firepower.
Oh wow, your 30 feet is real short.
Yeah.
You don't detect any thoughts.
Okay, in that case, yeah, I will. What I will do though is you'll see pupil, the eyes in the faceplate just sort of ripple a bit, and I think you two and I'll say you three are under the effects of the bless spell as you begin to sort of become hyper aware of what you can see.
Is that all attribute rolls for an hour or 10
It is
minutes?
1 minute,
1 minute.
but it is
D4.
a D4 to specifically attack rolls and saving throws, not ability checks.
Okay.
Which is the one that always catches me out because I always think it is ability checks. But yes,
Same. I learned something new.
Your crow, mentally in your head, and I guess you can see through its eyes at the same time if you choose to do so, you see 4 frogmen coming around the corner, and they're kind of whispering to each other, but the crow's got good enough hearing to hear what they're saying. Rat, can't believe your god is lost. Can't believe it. We've been walking in this stupid sewer for hours now. All you had to do was go the right way. You had a map. Go stupid. And kind of like bickering and kind of this thought. We lost 6 people down here. It's a good thing we still have the dynamite. We can finish the job and get the hell out of here.
Are they basically carrying the dynamite?
I was gonna say, as they go past, there's a one that obviously has it.
No, there's on their sides you see these kind of large bundles. They look like they're carrying about 3 sticks each of the because you've seen it before. This similar like stick of red like cloth or paper, and they're all kind of like keeping it out of the water as best they can as they kind of like.
And as they draw near, get the crow to drop the horn.
So basically they
Is
kind
it
of.
horn?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have them drop the haunt on the first one, or because it's
Well,
kind
it's by
of
contact, right? So if you, and that's water. So if he just drops into the water just before they get there,
I
it's
see.
going to get them.
So
right?
they kind of like this ball just and it hits the ground underneath them. Some saving throws. So you watch as 2 of them get in the middle, get this kind of the first one kind of what the hell is that? Oh god. I thought that this place was supposed to be clean. He's kind of like spreading his like legs across over the water so it doesn't touch him. The other 2 go what? And then this kind of stuff goes over their feet, which they are barefoot. Because you see, the crow sees, they have large webbed feet like a frog. So shoes not really an option for them. Well, it would be, but in this case, no.
little spats.
Little spats. Sure, I'll give you that. But the 2 in the middle catch this stuff. And they start kind of like going a little, and then the one back, what's that? But they don't seem to spot the crow specifically. They kind of carry on. And, what's wrong with you?
From my knowledge of the Bane spell, if I cast it on them, would they notice?
They might notice the casting itself, but the bane itself they wouldn't.
So basically, can I wait for them to go past the crow and then cast through the crow?
Oh, yeah, because the crow can cast spells through you. And you're the one triggering the verbal component, I think it is, because that's the one to be visible. Yeah, I'd say so. Cool. Sure. So, are you going all 4, or you get like a number of them?
Up to 3. So the 3 at the back.
3 at the back. Cool.
Because I want to wait for them to go past before I do anything.
Okay. What is your spell save DC?
I don't have it.
Do you have
Oh, geez,
the
one second.
blind side of the true side? I won't be using the pipe to cast, to make obscured, heavily obscured terrain.
15.
Cool. Oh shit. Okay. Middle one of the 2 passes. Okay, so 2 failed.
Do I know which two?
The front of 3 in the set, and then the one in the very back. So not the leader.
Yep.
The leader's managed to avoid most of the bullshit. The other 2 have not done well.
And as they go past, I'll relay all of that to you guys.
Cool.
Okay. I might take out the leader.
My prepared action is to fix one of them with my hypnotic gaze, whichever one of them is the least injured after all of these people have happened to them.
Okay.
So, is it a new dawn for the purposes of any weapons that recharge upon the new dawn?
Ooh, the dawn. Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Angel coin or
No. Venom dagger.
Cool.
the figurines of ancient power don't specify when they regain their charges.
If they don't, it should be long rest.
Okay.
At what point did we cross the dawn threshold?
Ooh, it would have been like during this wait, basically.
Cool.
Oh, that changes it because I can now cast suggestion again from my Helm of Telepathy.
So I want to ask, when do you trigger your strike? I guess is the best way of putting it. Like, when does this occur? It's like what point do the frogs get to before you kind of like spring the trap?
So,
Go on.
so for me, it will be as they cross that point.
You drop down.
My
on
plan is to drop straight down on the
the
foot.
top
On the
one.
yeah. So I'm gonna wait to see if he trips over it or
Oh right, because there's a tripwire there.
yeah. Because if he trips over it, then I'm basically landing on his back and plunging multiple weapons into places that shouldn't have multiple weapons stabbed.
So you're gonna wait the furthest. Is anyone starting sooner, or is that like the starting trigger condition, and then we'll trigger into a surprise round?
Okay, well, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh in advance on my club, but I'm thinking what I might do is pop my head out of the rope trick room, and just fire an ice knife into the middle of them when they. No. Yeah, no, I'll go with yours as the triggering thing. At which point I will.
So we start on Richthoff, basically.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to stay in the rope trick with my head poking out to get as much cover as I can while using a hypnotic gaze.
So I will set them where they need to be. So that's where they get to.
In fact, I will try and hypnotic gaze the one at the back if I can.
Sure.
But will you go after me?
There we go.
Yes.
Cool.
The one furthest back to try and block the tunnel as much as I can.
Oh wait! Instead of doing an ice knife, I could fairy fire them.
Very fine.
Advantage on all melee attack rolls and things. Well, on all attack rolls.
So I'll go through. We'll start with Richthoff, because unless you're going to do anything else, as you're kind of like bang surprise round, so we'll start with Richthoff.
does he trip over the thing?
That's a good question. He does not. He sees the tripwire and steps over it.
And at that point,
At least he won't have to
And then
worry about it for
he's
long.
looking down, and you see Richthoff just drop down, knives.
So cinematic.
Knives out. Right, let's do that one. So, Richthoff, if you want to give me an attack roll with advantage.
yes, and I will be using the assassinate feature,
He's definitely surprised.
which means that this, if it hits, will be a crit. So that's... Oh, that's a nat 20.
Well,
Double crit.
Wow.
The dice says fuck that frog specifically.
Yeah.
Assassinate used to be double damage as well, not a crit as well. It's a bit of an odd one, so you might get quadruple damage. I can't remember for sure.
I can look it up real quick.
In this, it just says it's a crit, but
Okay, that's fine.
assuming I've added the right one, I think I have because it's a.
You want the legacy.
You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat. Any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
Yeah.
So you definitely hit. You definitely crit.
Out of curiosity, the poison damage.
It's a dice roll, so yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's added to damage dice, so.
That's why poisons. That's why Talda had a lot of poisons.
Yeah. Cool. I think yeah.
That's why we need to load Rektov up with a bandolier of poisons.
Okay. So. Okay. So we've got. Okay. So we can. Because there's going to be a lot of dice there.
Shall I start counting?
Yeah. So there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 just straight from the dagger.
Okay.
They will need to make a DC 15 con save.
Fail.
Okay, cool. In that case, they're going to take 4d10 poison damage, and they're going to be poisoned for 1 minute, which is 13, 20 poison damage. Do you want me to write this down, or have you?
You're currently at 31.
Okay, cool.
Assuming they're not resistant to poison damage.
Yep. Then there's the old angel coin. That's a 1, and that's a 3, so that's 4 radiant damage.
35.
Yep, and then last but not least is the sneak attack.
That was before the sneak attack.
Yeah. 7, 12, 15.
Around 50.
Okay. So, as Richtov drops down from literally nothing, this frog has he's stepping gingerly over the rope, and the blade goes right between the top 2 vertebrae, right at the neck, and he just lights out, dies.
Truly could not. It happened faster than his nerves could conceive of him feeling it.
And the other 3 behind him, who are 2 of them are glassy-eyed, looking like what, and the last one at the very end.
We're safe.
Yeah, and then he gets a whiz save. Cool. 14.
Makes it. So, is
he baned?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
In that case, anything other than a 1.
2.
Yeah, he fails.
So he got.
Pupil's head pops out with the mask fully off, and just all of the eyes upside down out of the trick.
Oh yeah.
Aiming to so his incapacitation speed is 0, but I'm also hoping that as he's incapacitated, it will make it more difficult for the others to move past him.
Sure. Yeah. He basically stops moving. The other 2 are like slow, like kind of more like they look like they're sick, like something's really wrong with them. You had an action you wanted to do.
Yep, Monica slides down the rope
Cool.
and throws out fairy fire over them.
Ooh.
And I think it's, rather than looking like red or purple or whatever, it's going to look like the ghost of a fire breathing all around.
Oh, that's
them.
cool. Like it's just slightly translucent as it kind of like wraps around
Yeah.
and flames around it. Cool.
And they all need to make dex saves.
Dex saves, you say. What is the spell save DC?
14.
They all fail. So they are all fairy fired because the incapacitated one automatically fails.
That means that every attack on them has advantage.
Oh, good.
The front one is dead.
Yeah, I would have placed it so that it wouldn't get ricked off, who presumably is in the space of the front one.
Yes,
Yeah,
I am
he's on
stood
top
on
of
what
them,
was
yeah.
left of his
Should we
spine.
get Richtov on the board?
Oh, yes.
Good.
I love that no one else is even. Yeah.
How do I do this?
Richtov there.
God, dropping like a ninja out of literally nowhere.
I don't think I've ever done that much damage in a single action at this level.
It's hard to at this level, yeah.
Honestly, that's a lot of damage.
That's a good chunk, just generally at
Generally,
any
yeah.
level, but at level 4, that's...
It was quite juicy. What are you doing? Oh, I see. That's what you did. You got very confused. What are you doing? Anything?
Hey.
It's really struggling a bit. Ah, I see. That's why you want you. Ah, that's where you are. Why are you there?
Because we've just been using the player.
Yeah, but it's popped you onto the.
A different floor.
Yes, exactly. Which I didn't. I think the player thing is a bit confused. I need your tokens mostly for the initiative. Is the issue.
Right, of course.
More than anything else. You're not actually there. You're more all
Yeah.
bunched up in that little spot. But I need your tokens. Right. Can I have some initiatives, please?
Oh no!
Okay.
So that magic coin I've got, does that refresh at the dawn?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, in that case I'm going to reroll that one.
So let's start with you.
14.
14. Pupil.
12.
Raylan.
17.
And finally,
Monica got 7.
Ooh. So. Oh. No, you're dead. The one who rolled well is the one who's dead. Oopsie daisy.
Pop to the loo.
Raylan,
One for my turn.
you are first.
Oh.
These, so you see, as you kind of like poke your head out now to actually look at them more clearly. That's a good question. What lights? Oh, they're lit up. Thankfully for you, you can see them. Monica can see because of her dark vision, and you should lit them up. I'll let you have that, sure. Because it's technically dark in this spot.
I will jump down.
Cool.
Did you do anything in the surprise round? Was that an
Deliberately,
activity?
or-
No.
Did you want to? I'll let you do something.
I will cackle at the one in the front then.
Cool.
Just as he gets pounced on, you just did
Oh, that,
I
you're
love
getting
your
better at
orange
that,
apple.
boss. It's really creepy. Cool.
Oh, what am I rolling? Wisdom save.
15.
Baned.
Oh, yes, he's banged. 11.
That is 3 psychic damage.
Cool.
And they have disadvantage on their next ability check or saving throw based on strength or dexterity.
Oh, actually, should have.
Like an tackle
Cool.
chills the bones and makes you physically.
So Raylan's down there on the side. Got you there. Cool. Right.
I will then. I'll point at. No, I'll grab this one by the shoulder. Give us the explosives now. But I won't wait for him to say anything. I will immediately curse him.
Okay.
And then I'll cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
It's got Bless on it.
He's got a
This is
whole
a
bad
attack roll.
lot of shit on him. So
You've got bless, you'll add a d4 to this. Yeah.
It's also an advantage because it's fairy
Yeah.
fire.
That is a 18.
that hits.
Oof.
And inflict wounds is no fucking joke.
That is 11. I rolled 2 1s and an 8.
Oh.
That did hurt him. So when you cast inflict wounds, what does that look like? So you grab onto his shoulder. He looks up at you, this glassy-eyed expression, and then what?
I think to everyone else, nothing is happening, but to him, like the shadows in his vision are closing in on him.
Oh, so like he's already got this kind of like edge of shadow vision, like in video games where your character is slowly dying. It's like kind of like bleeding in on the edge. And it's, cool. Yeah, I like that. Victor, it's your turn again.
Oh, lovely. So, the one directly in front of me hasn't attacked yet, so I can use Assassinate again.
Yes. Yes, you can.
So before he even has a chance to he gets this restrained and just feels the Grim Reaper slowly come at him, and then you just
Yeah, because I'm imagining that I've landed on this guy, stabbed him, and kind of almost like half prone with the kind of force, and then basically
jump up and
come up with the
Anything frog
give
strike.
advantage.
Oh, I have advantage. That is super good to know.
And a D4 from Blast.
Yes.
If you're over 15, don't. These are fine. He's dead. You can hit him.
Oh yeah. I'll stop rolling then.
AC isn't high yet. You could.
Stop! He's already.
Okay, so
Probably. I mean, it's not going to be 50 damage, hopefully.
that's 15 damage from the weapon. 9, 10, 15 damage for sneak attack.
Cool. Yep. As you stab into his throat, before he even has a chance to answer Raylan's question, he just drops, and you stab through into the brainstem from below him. And just and dies.
Okay. So I would like to move 5 feet forward and assassinate the next one. Because you have a bonus action.
Yeah.
God, the violence
Oh,
of this.
that's not a D20. That's a natural 20.
Hit, center it. Yep.
So it's only this one's only going to be a D4, but that's
Yeah, you
still.
can't apply sneak
But
attack.
you do add the poison damage.
No, that was on the was on the
Yeah.
first one. So so we are looking at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I could flip the coin. Yeah, go for it. Ooh, I think that's necrotic. 11. Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna pick necrotic as opposed to fire because fire seems real bad.
Yep.
And then that's 10 necrotic damage.
He is still alive, but he's badly hurt as the coin's magic leaps from the pocket it's hiding in, and then wraps around your blade, and there's now a black mark on his clothing, where it's been burned off or like it's slowly rotted away. Anything else, Victor? Murder more of my shit?
No, I can't do any more murdering, but I basically want to get out of the way, but can I move kind of around the pipe, because I've got athlete, which gives me a climb speed.
Okay.
Would I be able to basically kind of do that?
I assume you'll say use your bonus action to disengage. Oh no, you've used your bonus action.
No,
so
no.
you're...
I'm not moving away. I'm just kind of clinging onto the pipe almost above him.
Make an acrobatics check.
Okay, cool. That's fine. It's only because of it's because I've got a climb speed. I'm asking if I can do it.
Oh, if you've got a climb speed, yeah, you can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So basically, I'm kind of clearing that. So I'm still kind of.
You're still within melee with the guy.
Yeah, but
Upside down.
I'm kind of almost upside down so
Yeah.
that other
Nice.
people can
Yeah,
come
yeah.
along.
This pipe is wide enough for you to do that in. Yep.
Okay, cool, perfect. That's fine. Yeah. It's because of the athlete's feat that I have taken. So that is the feat called.
So did he
athlete.
kill that one, or is that one partially injured?
That one is partially injured, not dead.
Oh,
So-
I'll just move out the way. Just...
My I have to use my action to maintain hypnotic gaze.
Correct.
So I'm going to maintain hypnotic gaze.
Okay.
Can I get out of here? You know the pipes the raven was running along?
Yes.
Will those support my tiny body?
You don't know for sure. They're quite small.
I'll give it a bash.
Okay.
What do you want me to roll?
You don't have a climb speed, so give me an acrobatics or athletics check. Dealer's choice.
18 on acrobatics.
So where do you get to? Where do you want to go?
What I'm wanting is to get behind this guy.
So you're going to try to sneak by and get all the way over here.
Not even really sneak.
But you just want to try and get by him.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you do that, but as you're going across, you slip and the thing falls. You do provoke from the middle guy.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Cool.
Something fun about hypnotic gaze, not concentration.
Now, this is the first time you've kind of seen what weaponry they're carrying, because now they're kind of like, as they're kind of like reaching and pulling it out, This guy has a shotgun
Oh!
Oh!
Oh no!
and levels it and fires at you.
On the plus side,
he
we're
is-
about to get shotguns.
He is banged.
Is it a melee attack? Because the opportunity attack has to be melee.
Well, that is true. You're right. Then the only thing he can do. Oh god. Yeah. The only thing he can do is
Detonate his explosion.
he can hit you with his tongue.
Alright.
So you see him look like, "Ah!" and the tongue whips out and hits you in the face. For you, 17 hit. Oh wait, Bane. Hold on. Where'd the D4 go?
Even D4 will... He can't fail on having a
so
17.
16 hit.
Yeah.
Cool. 3 points of damage, and you are grappled.
That's alright.
So you stuck where you are.
So where do I get to, sorry?
Oh,
It'd be as I provoke, so I'll be directly above this guy.
Yeah, so you get stuck where you are above him.
That's alright.
Cool.
Though I took 3 points of damage, not 20 points of damage. Okay.
That's dead. Which one's that? The one back, which is Hypnotic Gat. Do you need to maintain concentration on Hypnotic? You don't. You just need to use
I do need to
action.
make a save against Bless. Hypnotic Gaze, I need to use my action to maintain it rather than using my concentration.
Sure.
Bless is fine.
Oh, cool. And then it is Monica's turn.
Monica is going to move up here and is going to whack this guy with her shillelagh.
Okay.
So I'll take the first one, which is a 12, plus the d4 from Bless. Plus... Okay, so that's 15 plus 6. So yeah, 21 to hit.
That hits.
Lovely. And that is... Oh, come on. 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. He's still up. Okay.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Cool. It is his turn. He is badly injured. He is poisoned. He is banged. However, he reaches to his pack.
Is he also haunted?
Yes. He's many, many things.
And fairy fired.
He looks sick. He looks the dynamite. Take you with me, and lights it and throws it kind of in the middle of all of you.
How long till
Except
it
for
goes
people.
off?
Because it's so short at this point, it's just basically instantly because they've got like short fuses and they had extra long.
Does it go
ones, so
past
Did he need
us?
to do anything to do that?
you light it and throw it. So you use action like thing. So you use object interaction to light it, then the action to throw it. Basically, it's the same way you would use a torch, effectively. It will land.
In the water. Has this been specially treated so that it will continue to burn if it lands in the water?
It's more like fuses won't burn. They'll go in water anyways.
Okay.
He's not smart enough. He's very. I'm going to make a roll for this. So, the optimal position is behind and over Victor. However, he is very, very badly hurt.
Yeah.
So, let's get there. 1, 2, 6, 8. He throws it at Victor. Or at Victor, I guess in this case. It hits you in the face and explodes.
Ooh.
I need dexterity saving throws
You'll have D4s.
from Richthoff, Raylan, and Bullfrogman. And I think
Monica?
Monica?
Yeah, because Monica is basically in melee with him.
Oh, yes, you are. Yeah. Yeah. Except the only person who avoids it is Pupil.
I'm glad I moved.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a ranged attack you made?
No, it's more equivalent to like throwing a bead of fire. What's it called? Like if you
Beads
take,
from the necklace of fireballs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Which don't count as things. It's the same things like spells don't provoke profit opportunity. In
Just checking to see if
context.
he needed to make it the ranged attack throw at disadvantage because I was in melee
He,
with
he
him.
didn't throw it where he wanted to.
Fair enough.
He's not.
Ooh, that's good.
I don't know if I want to use my inspiration for this.
17.
Is this basically dodge out of the way of...
Yep.
Is it one stick or all 3 sticks that he's thrown at me?
You know what? Because you mentioned that, we're gonna make a roll for that because he's got 3 on him, and I don't know if he has the wherewithal to realize he probably shouldn't throw all 3. So I'm gonna roll a d6, and however many that is, it's how many the sticks he rolls. He throws 2.
I'm going to use my inspiration to get that.
Separate deck saves or just increased damage?
Just increased damage, similar to the necklace.
Okay, that's better. 20.
Okay, that succeeds.
I've got 17.
That succeeds, and
It's close. That is a 6 sound.
that is not a succeed. No way.
But do you have partial cover from being around the corner?
Do I have partial coming around there?
No, okay.
It wouldn't help you. It gives you a bonus, but not that much. Okay. Raylan takes 27 points of damage. You take half and half again, because you're resistant to fire,
Oh, lovely, lovely.
I believe.
So-
Oh no, are you resistant to fire yet?
Yeah.
Okay, then yes, you take half and half again, and you take half. So half of 27 is 13.
13.
As
I
this
take
thing,
6.
there's 2 of them lop out and explode. He is instantly like blown back and like burned, and then hits the other side of the wall and just dies from both either the concussive blast or the fire damage. His buddy behind him takes the full damage and is immediately knocked out of the hypnotic gaze, but takes a whopping amount of damage and is nearly dead as well. And this cacophonous blast echoes throughout the whole thing.
What's
That
the
is his
stability of the tunnel?
Good question, Mike. Take inspiration for making a rod for your own back.
No, for all our backs. For all our...
I was about to ask what is the situation of the other dynamite they've got.
Why would you...
Stop it!
Because if
Yeah?
I need to, I'm going to use my action to basically frostbite the dynamite.
Won't go off immediately. However, dynamite is lit. The remaining... Oh, fuck, there's actually more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did that go off?
Well, the
The
guy at the
remaining-
front is in the water.
I'll give you that. Okay. The guy at the front is in the water. So,
So we see what,
the
3,
remaining non-water
6,
log,
7.
7 sticks of dynamite have been lit.
Does it look like they are...
You have 1 round to deal with them.
Prestidigitation can be used to snuff a fire up to a small campfire.
It's good.
Oh.
I have prestidigitation, and I looked it up for this reason.
So, they're currently lit. They will go off at initiative count 0, because that feels fair. Okay, that one is dead. Raylan.
How many are there?
There is 7 total sticks of dynamite, and there is 1 living frogman
I am stood
who
on
has
3.
who has 3 lit dynamites on his belt.
So we got...
Oh, on the one that on the
On the living one.
Oh,
Whether or not he realizes this is a complicated matter. He just doesn't look like he's realized it.
And how large is a small campfire? Is it, 5 feet? Or...
Yeah, you can put out. I will say you can put out a grouping of them because it's a targeted area.
Yeah, you instantly light or snuff out a candle or torch or small campfire. The range is 10 feet. It doesn't specify the size of the small campfire. Other things in prestidigitation go by a cubic foot.
We'll go by cubic foot, and if you want to try to stretch it, we'll talk. Raylan.
where is the one that's alive?
The one that's alive is back in the back with pupil. Very, very back.
And are these the dynamites?
Yeah, that's
Sets.
position.
There's 3 sets of dynamite.
Yes.
Yes. 3, 1, 3.
I will snuff out the one right next to me, the presentation.
These 3.
Yeah.
Those
so-
ones that are
So that should do
monitored.
that for like that feels like living keeping the spell. It's in the 5-foot cube, but they're really close together. They all instantly go out.
Is use object is use if I want to drink a potion, is that a bonus
That's a
free?
bonus action if you want to drink it yourself.
I will drink the potion.
Okay.
And then I will get into the rope trick just in case we don't succeed.
That's wise. And
Given I
as you,
took 27 points of damage,
as you
I
come
kind
up, Martha goes, "Is everything okay? It looked really bad."
don't go down there. There's some dynamite.
Uh-huh.
So I have to go off.
Yep. I don't know what that is, but okay. You don't look so good. Do you need a... and then, yeah, you carry on.
I mean, you could have gotten her out and to throw the dynamite into the rope trick.
I thought so too, but that requires us to make. He would make us roll to
Yeah.
throw them in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Whereas I can stuff them out for
Yeah.
as an action.
So
Also, I want to keep the dynamite.
So my action was to snuff the one out. My bonus was to. I've got nothing left yet.
Victor.
That's
okay.
Cool. You hear a hiss from at your feet in front of you. You also hear hisses from the guy right in front of you as well.
So as there's only one here,
Yep.
can I use my bonus action with my dagger, basically a dagger attack to slice off the
Oh, I like that. Sure.
the fuse?
Yeah. Make an attack roll.
Okay. Cool.
Small target, but you're quite good with the knife. You have bless as
20.
well.
Oh yes, it's 20 already.
Oh,
before
yeah.
I fire.
And like an Errol Flynn movie, you cut this thing free.
Okay.
That's-
Cool. I don't really want him relighting, so I'm gonna move closer,
Okay.
and stab this guy.
Cool.
You have advantage.
Yep.
Oh, I took damage. Before you do that, I need to do a con check to see if I...
Oh no, you were fine.
yeah, no, that's 18 on the die. Yeah, you got advantage.
Okie dokie. I'm going to assume that 25 hits.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Cool.
You have sneak attack on this as well.
Yes. Okay. So that's 5 damage to.
Cool.
And then another 5 damage.
You stab this guy, and as he's kind of coming out of the hypnotic gaze, he just, before he has a chance for his brain to kind of catch up to the rest of what's happening, he's just dead again. The lights go out. You stab him maybe like wherever you want to do the most amount of damage, and he just falls to the ground, dead.
Cool.
We're still in initiative, however, for reasons that are very
yeah.
obvious.
So he's dead. So I can now go 5, 10.
That feels
And then I'll do the rope
wise.
trick.
Yeah, you need to go up.
Is the rope trick there?
Yeah.
In that case, yes. Into the rope
Born
trick.
of them and
Cool.
Pupil. There are only 3 left.
I will drop down directly onto them from my perch above, reach out, touch them, cast Prestidigitation, and just quietly tuck them away.
With that, we end combat. And you killed all my frogmen.
I would like some of their blood, please.
I would like a shotgun.
I would also like a shotgun. Actually, yes, what he said.
There are 4 shotguns and there are 4 of us.
There
Hey.
are 4 shotguns. They are also carrying, were carrying a bunch of dynamite.
Monica would like the dynamite.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's. I'll say the 3s that hit the water are useless. They
Yeah.
cannot be used again.
That's
but the
fair.
other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
There was 7.
We snuck
7.
out 7, yeah.
So you've got 7 sticks of dynamite. They do 3d12 damage by themselves in a 15-foot radius. The dexterity save is 15. There is a entry somewhere, either in D&D Beyond or in Foundry itself.
Yeah.
I did make one, and then I realized I put it on my.
Unless
phone.
you're actively fighting him, Richter will take
the
one
stats
of
of the
them.
shotgun.
Specifically the
Ooh,
one
stats
that
of
he's
shotgun.
cut the wick
Special
off of.
stats.
What ammo
Sure.
is it?
Yeah. Monica is mostly
Uh,
just collecting them to make sure they don't they don't get lost.
Ah,
or
okay.
It
Fall
uses
apart.
this-
She might use them later, but for now, just preserving them.
So the shotguns use different ammo, and you get the feeling these were just like in case we run into they have 2 shots each, and that's all they've got. They do 1d12 plus 1 damage. However, you can fire both barrels, as you can do 2d12, and then you have to reload as an action.
Poor man's inflict wounds.
They're like a very like complicated thing. These things when you look at them, these are built poorly. You have a feeling that they are designed to be fired once, and that's it.
Can cage the dragon's breath attacks.
Do they have anything else on them? Actually, no. I would like to look up before we start looting.
Look up.
Could I make some kind of check to assess
Inspect
the
the
stability of this place?
Oh, sure. You make a
Because I'm guessing if we're in the pipes,
yes,
that's not as bad as if we were under a building.
yes. You might still be under a building.
That is a 2.
You're not sure. You don't feel any swaying or anything moving or anything like that. It just feels there, especially where the explosion happened. There is a kind of like cracks and creaking and kind of odd, like where the metal's kind of like warped inwards. But it's lasts relatively well, as far as you can tell. Stuff in armor is built to last. In terms of other things they have on them, however,
Loot that body.
do these guys have it? Hold on.
We're just lying there, right?
What? There's just that's all.
I'm guessing you've not seen or listened to the Tom Cardy song Perception Check.
I don't think so.
Loot that body.
Loot that body.
So they have a total between all 4 of them of 235 leaves.
And some of it's barely covered in viscera.
Some of it, well, especially the ones that didn't get blown up.
Are you keeping note of this, Joe?
Yeah, I'm putting it in the chat.
47 apiece if we're
Cool.
splitting equally.
I will sort that out later.
Cool. And they're all dead.
Information.
So did you say you grabbed 3 of the dynamite?
I've tucked them away for now, yeah. I
And you've grabbed the one that you cut, and Monica has picked up the other 3.
the 3, yeah. I definitely have things I could use them for, but they are certainly up for...
Can I pick up the other 3? They're wet and useless, but someone else might not know that.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, you pick them up.
I'll do
And if Victor got back in charge of the body, could Victor dry them out?
It would be he doesn't. Victor would need to make the decision
yeah.
to do that and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that works because once you've got the powder wet,
It might just be the fuses.
I just. Although poor Victor goes, why do I have this?
As Victor feels himself begin to change, he just pulls the deck cap off. Information. Many people will have heard this.
Yeah, can I make a perception check down the
Map shenanigans.
yeah, what was where we were seeing that drug deal take place? Can I make a perception down there? Because we know that there were people down there. Is there anyone coming our way?
Sure, make a perception check.
Monica's also going to make a perception check.
17.
She's not listening in any specific direction, though. She's listening for sounds of anything.
Yeah, I'll have moved slightly around the corner, I guess, to get a slightly better.
Query,
So.
are you still injured?
Yes.
Query, would you like to be healed?
Yes, please. Because he's all singed.
People will pull out her scroll of cure wounds and attempt to cast it. Be 11 Arcana check if it's first level.
Yep.
I succeed, and you regain 2 plus 6 hit points.
Is that 2 plus 6? Or
Sorry, 2 plus 4 for 6, yeah.
Much appreciated.
So I only got a 15 dice roll perception, but my passive is 21.
And that's all the perceptions? Cool. So with the 21, you just hear the water moving down the pipe, and maybe in the very, very far distance you hear kind of boots on stone moving your direction. But they don't seem to be in a hurry. Like a kind of more like a cautious movement.
Do I hear which direction?
Ahead
coming
of
from?
us.
North.
North.
So
Boots coming from that way.
Do I hide again? Investigate to run away.
Oh, we've still got the rope trick, right?
Yes.
Information. It worked once.
So get back in the rope trick.
cool. Back in the loop track. Okay. There's just a really weird set of circumstances that's about to occur. Okay.
Rachel just poked up with a knife again. It's like,
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
So, you hear it for a minute, and then you hear something else. You hear the sound of rushing water, and then shouts and screams. I need to make some checks for some people.
Are you running through some giant cubes?
Nope.
is this a Memoria hitting us?
Nope. Something else happened.
The rushing of water, I think a pipe has given way.
Cool. You see. Oh, you can't see. No, you can see. You can see outside of it.
Yeah.
So what you see is two men, two bird-like men, two avian beastkin, go screaming past you, pushed by a mountain of water and around the corner as they are hurtled through like a gigantic pipe, just and pushes them down that way.
Do they happen to be wearing the
Are they
livery
red?
of the Red Wings?
You would definitely surmise that they look like Red Wings as they get hurtled down this way. They look very injured already. They are getting, as they kind of like round corners, they run into like the pipe walls, get smashed and blood against the wall, and then immediately washed away by the water as they go, and you just don't see them anymore. They're just gone.
Did Raven just break the crystal to summon a water elemental to push them all away?
Why would she be here, though?
Has the wave of water
Also, isn't
gone?
Raven aligned with the Red Wings?
Only unwillingly. Brad, can I make a really silly suggestion as a wizard?
Sure.
Can I attempt to grapple one of them and pull him into the rope trick?
Do you want to lose your arm?
I would say sure. You can do, yeah. Make an athletics check. The DC's. I'll let you know the DC in a minute.
It's going to be high, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can I get
You're trying to pull somebody out of a rapid?
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Can I get a help action from anyone?
I don't think you want a help action from Monica.
Is
Then
it,
again, Monica's the most physical of the lot. Oh, no.
is it Dex or Strength?
Natural 20.
Cool. You reach down, grab one of them as he's about to he's pretty injured already. You grab him from on. You probably, in order to not to break your arm, you need to grab him in a good enough strength, probably under the shoulder. And he's still with a natural 20. You can decide. You can pull him into the rope trick if you want, or you can leave him hanging where he is.
I think pull into the rope trick, because
So
what's
you-
he going to fucking do?
You pull him into the rope trick. He just and as he
Body
disappears-
slam down onto the ground.
Monica
All 10 of my
casts Shillelagh.
strengths.
I got the shotgun and just...
point at his face.
Information. You are going to tell us everything.
About what? What do you want to know?
Query. What is the plan involving Raven from the Red Wings? Detect thoughts. I'll go digging.
So he makes wisdom save throw.
Yep.
Also, do we recognise this guy as one of the guys from the house?
No, he just looks like another Spoglin. Red Wing Pinion guy, similar to the ones you saw before. Same uniform, same kind of dress, different face though. the kind of as you kind of like dig through like most important memories, you see they are planning some kind of coup on the Gilded Cage itself, instantiating, as far as he's aware, Raven in that spot.
As a puppet of the Red Wings.
As far as he knows, yes. That well, he doesn't know anything about like puppetry, like anything of that stuff. He's more like she's gonna be the leader of the thing. That's all he knows. And you recognize from his countenance and the stuff he's wearing, it's not the best gear. It's not like he doesn't look like a captain or a leader. He looks more like a grunt.
Query: how did you come to be washed down the pipe?
I triggered something or somewhere. I don't know. And you see, actually, the one thing about him that looks a little strange is he's wearing some really odd goggles. They look a little weird, but one of the things you realize is he's looking right at you in this dark space.
Yeah.
Like these.
May I? Does it work as a...
They should do. There's no glass in them, but yeah, they should do.
I'm Batman. I am the knight.
Yeah, but he is looking right at you. And then...
I will definitely pluck them off him.
Cool. You take him off, and he immediately just plunged into darkness. Alright, thank you for fishing me out.
Information. You should not be thanking me.
Alright, and then you hear from down the hall. Ricketts! You alright?
Just one tiny child metal hand just over his mouth.
Cool.
No, not even like that. Just a...
It's coming from this direction.
So what did
What washed them down here? Did they set off a failsafe or a trap or something? Or
Something happened. Like
it wasn't the explosion though that
No, it
set
doesn't
off.
seem like an explosion. It's like the what? Maybe it was just like
It's half time in the
sluice?
football and everyone flushed at once.
Possibly. Maybe there's a sluice that kind of goes
Yeah.
chunk.
Yeah.
maybe there is a booby trap fail-safe underneath the Gilded Cage itself.
Could be.
So there's at least 3 Red Wings, 1 washed away, 1 with us, and 1 coming on after.
Did we recognise that voice?
You think the one that was washed away is probably dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got battered off all the walls.
Yeah. Do you recognize that? No, you don't. You just hear, it's a female voice. Ricketts, come on! Don't stop playing around. We got work to do.
A callous thing to say to your friends who were just killed in an industrial accident, but hey.
It's just a bit of water. You're fine. Get up. Why didn't you just fly over it like me?
Riptov will draw his sword indicatively and go, and he'll kind of point at the sword and then point down.
She comes to the end of there. You guys can see out of it. You see her look around. She looks more like she's in charge. She looks like she's kind of a bit more hardy. Where the hell are you?
Where does she get to?
The junction.
Is the
She's trying.
I would now be pointing at Rick.
Did the water surge loosen the rope, or is the rope still there?
Well, the rope is attached to the trick.
No. There were 2
There's
tripwires.
2 tripwires.
The second one hasn't been.
Yeah,
That's a great point.
I'm gonna.
Great point, well made.
That's a... Yeah.
No, it's
Given
still
that we
there.
melted it into
It's still
the.
there. So she's gonna make a saving throw. You see, she walks. She kind of and falls flat on her face.
And
And ironically enough, boom goes the dynamite.
Make your attack roll.
cool. Advantage, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's 18 before I add any other numbers.
That's it.
Yeah.
Crit.
Okay, cool. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, she's not acted yet.
She's not getting a chance.
Okay, cool. Right, so let me start rolling of the dice. So, oh, yeah, that's 1. And that's a 9, 10, 11. So, 12 damage on that front.
Cool.
17 damage for sneak attack.
Okay.
And 13 necrotic damage.
She dies. Never even knew what happened. Don't has any idea what was going on. Just gets a knife in the back and dies. And she's also wearing one of those.
That's good.
You could find that guy who washed away.
I was just thinking that very thing.
Well, I'll take that, like her version of that, and I will equip that.
That's what she looks like.
What she looked like, I believe.
Oh, she even had a name.
That's a classification.
Oh, okay. RW is red. Initials.
What else has she got on her?
She has a cane sword similar to yours, though a little bit different. Not magical in any way, shape, or form. She has something else. And she has a letter. A bit waterlogged, but not.
Oh, she threw over it.
Should make sure it's not one.
I mean, the guy that we've got up in the rope trick, I'm thinking I might just knock him out with a shell.
Yeah.
So non-lethal.
Really? You're going to leave witnesses?
I haven't left yet.
Yeah.
I said, that was if I could pick a moment to have a nat 20 in today's session, it was that one.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah, we were saying, who would be best to help you? Nat 20.
Oh dear.
I
let's go.
think it's very funny for this awful metal child-sized robot to be really strong. And if I had my time again, I'd probably... I don't know, what would I... I'd make him stronger.
This one.
Okay. What kind of...
It's already open, that one.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember where that symbol's from.
Symbol's
Is
that?
that tree
That's
right?
Tree rights.
Yeah. Or, no, this council.
It's unusual that it's in an envelope as well. These are actually in envelopes.
I mean, Silver Council would have the silver wax, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, no, you're right, yeah.
And it's, I think, the green envelope.
Green envelope. Not necessarily the silver wax. Red wax is generally used as a kind of just general letter. The colors of the wax mean things. Victor would know what they mean, probably. Red is your general correspondence. Blue is love letters and things like that. Black is death. Usually death notifications, and white tends to be for weddings.
And what is green?
Green is whatever the fuck she had on hand.
Oh,
That makes
You get the
sense.
feeling that is
That's just
maybe
horn in a
wax.
jelly.
It might be horn in a jelly. She. Other than that, she has 84 leaves on her, and he has about 12.
does the guy that we pulled up in the directory have anything else beyond the money in the...
Beyond the money in the thing, he has. Oh wait, he has a gun, I think. Oh no, he doesn't.
Oh.
He doesn't have a gun. Where is he? Over here. He has a small poisoned blade.
Oh,
To the victor, the spoils.
yeah.
Yes. I am always in need of poisoned blades.
This one's particularly it has a small compartment inside it. You can put whatever poison you want in it. Currently has a small one that deals in addition 1d6 poison damage. You could supply it with other poisons.
And is that
Does he
like...
have any other poisons on him?
No.
No refills.
Is that for the Silver Council? I can't remember what that... Or was that the tree rights?
That's the Silver Council.
That is the Silver Council. Cool. Yeah.
Somebody on the Silver Council.
Oh, have you found something?
I think it just says, please, Rob.
Huh.
Should that be on there, or is that soaked through from something else?
Why did I do something else? That's kind of funny. What did I do with...
Oh, hello.
Oh!
Is that please, Rob?
I think so. I don't know what it's supposed to say, advert this.
It's not supposed to. That was not supposed to be there.
Okay.
They were...
At some point, one of us is going to get robbed.
Someone else at the Silver Council wants someone else to rob something, and they're writing that, and it's...
So what's the discussion that's had over this letter, I guess is a good way of describing it.
Didn't get a chance to read it. I was too busy checking for my...
Basically, someone on the Silver Council
This
is...
was altruism as autism. My motives are not grounded in autism.
Yeah, I also read that as autism for a second. I was like, wait, what? Oh, no, altruism. Yeah, okay.
So one of the Silver Council is...
They were plotting... basically, the now ex-Maven was being very uncooperative and make it very difficult to work with. So they said to the Red Wings, basically, you've got a cash flow problem. If we collaborate, I'll provide you with everything that you need that can basically make the assassination a cakewalk. And we can...
That's the source of the crystals, then.
Yes. I have paraphrased that very, very briefly, but yeah.
If I go look round that corner where we came from, where the other guy got washed, do I see a body eventually?
How far do you go?
So did you get washed into the open area or around the corner?
This way.
Okay.
I will go one corner out of sight and then peer around the next one, and if he's not there, I will come
You see, as you go around that corner, so I don't think you've ever been down that way.
No.
Oh, have I not? Oh, I thought we came from that way.
We came from that way.
Oh, in
we
that case,
stuck our
I
head round
went...
that once.
You
And
get
that's
to
it.
there,
Right,
and
okay.
you don't see him. You see a smear of blood on the wall, but other than that, you don't see him.
I will peer around the next corner, but...
You see a hole where he likely fell through into a chamber below.
Bummer. Right, let's go. Back I go, then.
Right.
Information. The immediate threat to the cage has been contained. Information. We are also here to collect the ebony key.
We should follow the fly to where we saw
Information.
We saw it.
Yes.
I think we should definitely get the key, but I'd also like to go up and check that key, check
I
where that came from, just in case there's more of them.
Yes, we should head north first to ensure there are no more Red Wing members that are going to sneak back up on us.
Information. Very well.
I will let you do that. As like we'll just do theater of the mind. As you walk up north, you go past where this kind of like there's like a tiered area as it kind of goes. Dunk, dunk, dunk.
Back to where we saw the drug deal happen.
And all that actually. You see, you get to another kind of little area. A little pipe goes left, a little pipe, and it keeps going north. And you see like a bunch of like cigarette butts next to a bit of pipe work and a lever that connects to something. It looks like you could adjust it, but it looks like this is where, based on your perceptions, this is where the Red Wings were sitting, just up north. There's like a chamber here, and there's another one that's on the other side.
Have we got to the barrels of horn as well?
If you want to
Horn's
go
back
back
that way.
that way,
Oh, is it?
so
Haunt is that way, that way, that way.
correct.
But just up here, the gilded cage is, we presume, above these large chambers.
More north than that second chamber, but not much more north.
Should we...
Actually, you would be under the second chamber. You would be under the gilded cage. But if you realize if you go north one more chamber, you are directly underneath the bathrooms of the gilded cage.
That's where we saw the yeah.
Should
You
we-
recognize the location?
Should we head all the way there just to make sure that there are
Just
no...
do a quick sweep for anything.
You go down that way, you see
Interesting.
a near constant stream of water descends from far above this location, crashing and pooling in the basin below. Quite frequently, a few pink bubbles also emerge from the pipework above and make a small pop. Floating nearby is a small yellow rubber duck, around the neck of which is a pair of ladies' underwear. People flush weird shit. So,
are any of them magical in any way? And I'll be looking at...
no.
No, okay, cool. That's fine.
All right, well, presumably this is the end of the pipe work in this direction, so yeah, head back down and then head south into the room there,
Okay.
and then track the... Actually, we're no longer in Theatre of the Mind, are we?
You can be at the other of mine. Where do you want to go?
Okay, I want to follow the flow of the water looking for the key.
So it goes around this corner, and then there is a grate or a gated entry. That is like a what's it called? It looks like it's designed to stop large debris. You could fit through it.
Is this where the haunt addict was?
Yes, but you don't see him anymore.
Yeah, because he went with the doctor.
Yes,
Okay, so I
Or
see
do we
a
want to
door
see the
down.
doctor?
A sluice gate.
a sluice gate.
So could we open this or?
It's locked. You can fit through as you're small, but the rest of you and your crow could. But otherwise, it's kind of like it's bars.
Does it look
Imagine
Try and pick lock.
You try.
20.
Yep. You and open lock.
Have you got detect magic going?
I do.
It carries on. The water goes through and into another pipe. And you'll kind of, there's more water here, you'll be up to about your knees. So you drop down into this spot.
Yeah.
Do I
Keep
detect
going, that's what
anything?
we're after.
No magic, no nothing. There you go.
And I'm going to be keeping an eye out with my 21 perception.
Is the way, if we were to drop down, is there a way, can we get back up easily?
Oh, yeah, you can get back up, which is you're in kneeling water now.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Here we go.
Actually, what I will do on the sluice gate is I will tie with one of the ropes. I'll tie away so that if a flood of water, we've got something to kind of anchor ourselves against. But
This is one of the ways you can go as well.
sorry.
Okay. Looking at the flow of the water, does it seem like it's splitting off here, or are they merging here?
They're splitting off, so it goes north and that way.
Do I recall was I still watching when it got this far?
No, your eye got stuck at this sluice gate.
At the sluice gate up here?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So it looks like it's falling off into something there.
Yep.
Can we peer down?
Sure. Down into a void of nothing. Deep as deep can be.
Well, let's hope it did not go that way.
Yeah, try the other way then.
Okay. Okay. You successfully there's just a long pipe that goes forward and splits into 3 ways.
Can we look down each of them to see if we can see anything?
They kind of go, and you can kind of just about see down one. You can maybe hear the dripping of water from the
that
north.
ends there.
Yep. And it looks like it's falling down into that room. But the water does continue forward as well.
What's the end of this southernmost one?
Nothing. It seems to actually go up. It seems to be like another tributary that comes down.
Okay.
So are both of these coming down, or is it?
That one goes. There's a flow that goes this way. So like from.
There's a 3-way split of which that one is joining, and
Yep.
then the other two just evenly go in that
Yep.
direction. Let's go down this crooked one first. Then.
Yeah.
And then it gaps down into a drop.
But we can see but it's not a little drop into a void. It's drop into a room here.
Yep. Monica, you're past the perception.
21.
Cool. You can see something slithering down the bottom.
Slithering.
Yeah.
Size?
Not much bigger than 5 feet. It's on the ground, but it's kind of moving on the ground. It's slowly moving around. It's very, very difficult to see, but it is there.
See something down there. Just.
Do I see it as well?
What's your passive perception?
Uh,
Sorry, I know it.
No. Once Monica points it out.
Oh.
If I then look
you
for
can
it.
make a perception check at that point.
Cool.
15 for me.
18.
What are your stealth scores? Because you have weird stealth scores, and it's only because Monica's fucking insane. What was the number, sorry?
18.
You just spot them.
So I don't with 15?
Sorry, spot them, so there's multiple.
There's 2 of them, yeah. And you realize as Monica points out one, you kind of see them kind of, and there's 2 kind of moving.
Are they patrolling? Are they just random? Is it just appear random?
There seems to be moving around the room in a kind of a semi, like a Roomba. There's like a weird order, but not in a way that you would ever describe as order to anyone who ever didn't know what a Roomba was.
These aren't cubes.
No, they're smaller than cubes, but they can be moving.
Are they like the little, is it gefilte fish that kind of eat all the dead?
I'm going to find out.
Bless her.
Is there enough room for the crow to fly over them and just get a?
So I will say the chamber itself is only this little room. There's no other exits, no other egress. There is a drain at the bottom, but nowhere else for it to go.
Can we see 30? Is it more than 30 feet down?
No. 10
In
feet
that
down.
case, is there any magic items in there?
Nope.
Or Memoria?
Then let's retreat, I
Yeah.
guess.
Is there nothing around there?
What's
Well,
your
if they go-
something on there? What's that?
I assumed they were there, or are we saying they're only in this bit? I assumed we couldn't pass, but maybe that's incorrect.
I think it's going to loop round, and I don't really fancy trying to traverse
Yeah.
that broken bit there.
You can try and make that jump.
I
No.
don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah, I reckon it would
You
go back up.
go in the pipe and you begin to...
Yeah, there you go. It curves around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the water lead into there?
Some of it, yeah.
Oh,
Some of
okay.
it just keeps on going this
From
way.
both sides, because one of them's going from one side, one's going from...
Okay.
Are we going against the flow now?
You're going with the flow still.
Okay.
Then, yeah, just keep going. Yes.
Go. Right. And
Cool.
then this opens up to a very big chamber. Curiously, you see no water in this room, even the ground where you're at. Though there is something really strange about where the water hits, it seems to almost mist away. Stepping down into this Stygian chamber, an unsettling sensation grips you. The murky water, once a guide, now seems to mist and converge towards a dais at the room's heart. Upon this platform rests an imposing door, seamlessly integrated into the floor. The mists rush upward, vanishing into the door's arcane fissures. An ineffable dread blankets your essence, an uncanny fear pervading your very being. It transcends any terror you've known, an ominous tide that surges through you, echoing a singular message. You are intruding where you should not. However, people, you don't feel any fear, so you don't feel any of that.
Great.
Do we get the sense this is the same sort of presence that was in the cult summoning room?
No. Cult summoning room was a fear of... It's very different. It's hard for you to describe. If people could feel it, he could probably tell you what the difference is, but he can't feel it.
Is this a magical equivalent of a warning sign outside of like a high voltage jump station? Like a
This is not a place of honour. No great deeds are commemorated here.
yeah. Is it kind of a no trespassing or significant risk of death due to machinery? Is
You
it
just feel terror and fear, like nothing you have ever experienced as Rick Dog or Victor.
Do we see an ebony key anywhere?
Nope.
People walk into the room, please.
Into what?
Into the room.
Yeah, yeah. You walk in. You don't feel any fear. You don't feel any...
Can I inspect the dais? Which is a very Dungeons and Dragons sentence to say.
Inspect the dais. You see the dais leads up to a very solid metal-looking door, similar to like what you would get in a submarine.
Bulkhead.
Yeah,
Check the dais, check the dais.
but no signs of... Do you have to take magic?
I do.
This thing is heaving with magic, both for on the door and the dais. Not the dais itself, but like what is behind it. You can feel it. It's so powerful. It is permeating through it.
Is there anything in this room, like detritus or debris?
Not in this room, no.
Because the water has been flowing in here.
There were other ways that it could have gone.
Yeah.
Could have gone into that void, but
Yeah, there's no way that we could... If it's not here, then it's effectively lost more in a more permanent sense. Is my
We'd have to look down the hole.
Was it deep?
Yeah, the impression that I got from the DM
if it's in that,
was
if
that
it's in that hole,
it's fucked.
The other thing would be if it's been eaten by one of those things that was moving in that room.
Yeah, because
If they're Roombas and they're going around hoovering everything up,
But we would have did.
detect magic is blocked by certain amounts of things.
Yeah. Can I knock upon the door, please?
You knock upon the door, it feels like a solid metal door. Dong, dong, dong. Like... Where did that go? That's a funny thing. I don't think it would echo. You just feel the metal against your hand.
Implying that there's a small space behind it rather than the large one.
Implying there's no space behind it, though your detect magic detects conjuration magic from the door. From the door?
Oh. Well,
Of some manner.
isn't that interesting?
Query. This feels like a problem for another day.
Yeah,
Agree.
let's go back.
Can everyone make an intelligence check for me before you do that?
Ooh, baby. 20.
Ooh.
Average.
Nat 20.
Nat's 20.
Dirty 20.
Oh! 2020, 2020!
Remember the poem that the Maven said when he dropped the key into the...
Oh, that's different to this one.
That's different from that one. There was a poem that the Maven said. It comes to mind as you kind of are sitting here talking and thinking, oh, we should leave. And then the poem rings in your mind again.
With a party total of 80.
Yeah, exactly. Where is it? And then, oh, it's the lower floors. Sorry. And then it's in there. Ah, there it is. A water deep and dark and still beneath the city streets and mills. These pipes and sewers twist and turn with filth and muck forever churn. O water, hear my plea, I beg, to take this key beneath the dreg, and lay it at the dread sea's feet, where it shall stay in darkness sweet. And then when you kind of, in your minds, in your memories, when dread seas, the noun dread sea, hits in your memories, it's a thing, it's a creature, it's a person, it's something.
It's a proper noun.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, Monica is, before she can think too hard about it, just because of the terror, Monica is going to rush up to the dais and try to open the door.
You open the door, and as you open the door, cool. I'm going to move you.
Here, draw 5 tokens from the bag.
Green, 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 green.
Oh, what is it?
Red.
Uh-oh.
Red? Oh, God. Where is it? I can do that. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I toggled it off. I'm silly. Activate. And wait for it. There we are.
So, presume I should zoom out?
You are right at the edge, the beginning of that kind of
The path.
Mm-hmm.
It's a maelstrom.
And I will describe it to you. Not that one. As you emerge from the murky depths of the sewer, you find yourself transported to the very edge of a tumultuous maelstrom. The cacophonous roar of rushing water envelops you, and the briny scent of the sea fills your nostrils. Before you, a winding path twists and turns along the frenzied currents, beckoning you onward. Yet as you glance back towards the way you came, you behold a strange, inky portal in the fabric of reality, surrounded by endless expanses of ocean stretching out as far as the eye can see.
Is it just Monica that's appeared here, or is it pulled everyone
If you've
through?
walked through, you are the one who appears here. Monica, can I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
That's a 17.
That was a failure. We'll discuss what happens in a second. The rest of you, what do you do?
I'm certainly following through the portal.
Make me a wisdom saving throw, please. You do so at advantage.
It's a pair of 13s
Mm-hmm.
for a 17.
And a failure.
Are they...
You see them walk through and then stop stop.
But we can still see them.
Mm-hmm. But it's in. So you need to tell me if you're following after or staying where you are, because something will happen immediately.
I guess what I'm saying is we have dropped down into the room, so we are standing at the end of the pipe. There's a door in the floor. So what do? They just go in and we don't see
NCSR style, like.
But we don't see. Basically, they're looking like they're walking in with no troubles at all.
Right.
I'll just call out. I wouldn't go. If I've not heard anything or seen anything to the contrary, just go.
Sure.
Everything okay down there?
You do hear the sounds of a storm on the other side of that door, though. That bleeds through very loudly, but you don't hear any. I will. When you do call out, something might happen. So, what do you do?
So if we can hear the storm...
Mm-hmm. It might be overriding anything they can say back.
Yeah.
It's very loud.
Okay. Can I walk across the room?
Mm-hmm.
And I won't put my head, but I'll kind of like shout through the door. Hello? Are you alive?
As you cross the threshold, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I was kind of aiming not to, like, literally just up to the doorway.
As you move your head to see what's
Okay,
inside.
okay,
That's
yeah.
what triggers it.
What save is it? Sorry.
Wisdom.
19.
You fail and you watch him walk through.
Oh.
Finish the walk, is where. Just kind of like, he falls in. So you are the only ones out, right? Cool.
And the raven.
And the raven.
3 guinea pigs.
Both, are you sure about this?
No.
Okay.
That's why we're not moving.
That's fair, Both. Small cookie. If they all die, what are we going to do, though?
Also, Parthena is there.
Parthena is like, what do you want me to do? Should I go?
You have survival instincts, right? You have a feeling about this room right now. Does this feel like a room that you want to go into?
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, you should stay here.
That's good.
Maybe we should have left her in the
Am I kind of pulled through?
Not quite pulled through, but more like you feel your feet move forward, and then something happens.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what. Right. There's probably no time for this. Okay. Right, who was the only order? Was Monica was first?
Fuck it, I run after them.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, go on.
That's not enough. It's sub 20.
Cool. Then that's fair.
Are any of the... has Bless faded at this point, I presume?
19.
Yeah.
All that was a failure then.
Yeah.
So you walk
That's
through,
what I
and
done as well.
you. So I should say. I thought some one of you would pass. However,
Wait. Is it a spell?
No, not as such.
Let's check the reading of it. Yeah, it says against spells of which I am the sole target.
Oh, you are not the sole target. Not even close. Cool. We will do Monica first. Yes. Oh, that's weird. I can't load this.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Give me a second because I have to reload for some reason. Apparently did not like that scene.
I don't like this scene.
I don't remember if I did these correctly or not. I think I did. So.
One other point of clarification.
Sure.
Is it a creature doing this to me?
Does that matter in terms of how much you save on, or do you need to see it to do something with it?
That means I get to do something back.
You have to see it to do it?
No.
Then.
It has to be within 60 feet of me?
Oh, it's not within 60 feet. No. No. Right.
Does everyone see this or just Monica?
This is Monica.
Ah.
Specifically Monica. Right. It's Monica. Okay, let me make sure all the music is correct. Monica, you feel a familiar warmth seep through your jacket, both comforting and terrifying. It is the sensation of an old friend, one you know too well and have learned to be cautious of. Your mask is on over your face, restricting your breathing, but keeping you alive. Looking around, you find yourself in a long hallway, its wooden floors damaged, blackened and glowing, as if fire burns within them. The wallpaper on the walls is curling and peeling away, the edges crisping and burning. The sound of flames consuming the building below reaches your ears, a slow, methodical crackling. The light from the fire seeps out from below, casting eerie glows behind you. An open door offers fresh air and safety, an escape from the nightmare. That's a moment for you to decide what to do.
Can I see anything else to do apart from go through that door to safety?
You can see the hallway in front of you and the doorway behind you.
So this is Monica.
No.
There's another figure there.
Yes.
Do I recognise the figure?
No. Not from this distance.
Well,
You have a moment to decide what to do. You feel the door behind you will be lost if you do not decide.
can I move further in?
All right?
This is a nightmare that Monica has had, but it's a nightmare she's lived, so it's kind of...
That's it. Right? But in front of you, down the hall, stands a comrade, a compatriot, a friend. He waves at you, pointing to a door in front of him. His movements are agonizingly slow, as if his arm is moving through tar. The fire spreads just as slowly, embers drifting lazily past your face. The acrid smell of burning wood fills your nostrils. You move, and suddenly you are staring into a pit deeper than you can fathom. At the bottom, fire roars. You see hell itself, a vision of pain and torment. You turn, and behind you, your comrade is now wielding an axe. Its descent impossibly slow. The axe moves through the air with excruciating slowness. You can beat him, fight past him to safety, or dive into the fire and end it. The choice looms before you.
Can I grab him and pull him into the fire with me?
It's a conceivable thing. Interesting.
And yeah, as I do, I'm just going to say,
Okay.
Craig, we'll go on this journey together.
Okay, so you pull him into the fire, and as you do so, or you attempt to fight back, you are in the whirling maelstrom, and you kind of snap out of it. Okay,
One down.
one down. If anyone wants to stop at any time, these get very intense very fast. Who was next?
People.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to give you this at the beginning. If at any point you reject this reality, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay,
There are no tokens.
that's fine. It's because when we changed over, we used different things. Players.
That was an out of character warning, not an in character warning, yeah?
That was both.
Both. Cool.
Both. This is one for people, one for Joe.
Oh, neat.
In the context of this, because some of these were rough.
Hmm.
You see a jar filled with liquid, its contents moving of their own accord, a dozen, 100. You've never bothered to count. Why would you? The number didn't matter. Maybe it still doesn't. You're not sure. Your hand grasps a cool metal object, a spoon. The contents of the jar shift and suddenly what's inside matters. It's important. Eyes suspended in liquid, unblinking, their pupils all focused on you. They stare out forever, an eternal gaze that burrows stronger than the sharpest of drills. The weight of their gaze is impossible. Each eye is unique, varying in size and color, but united in their unsettling intensity. The liquid around them swirls slowly, creating patterns and spirals that draw you in deeper, holding you captive. The room around you fades into obscurity, leaving only you and the jar locked in this unsettling exchange. You could turn away, release the spoon, and end this oppressive weight upon you, but their gaze holds you, a silent demand for your attention, as if they see into the deepest corners of your mind and soul. The feeling is suffocating, a crushing awareness of being watched, judged, and known. And what is the spoon for? You stare out from an unknown place, the void enveloping you in its darkness. You feel others around you, impossibly close, on top of you, beside you, beneath you, everywhere all at once. Their presence is overwhelming, a constant pressure that presses in on you from all sides. You feel them and they feel you. How can you know that? It becomes difficult to know where you begin and they end. The darkness is all-encompassing, yet you are acutely aware of the presence of others. They are there, pressing into you, pressing into your consciousness, merging with your thoughts and sensations. Has it always been this way? Have they always been there? Time is losing a sense of meaning. The distinction between you and them erodes further, replaced by a shared consciousness that is both alien and familiar. Your thoughts intermingle with theirs that ebb and flow like the tides. Surrendering would be easy, a release from the struggle to maintain your individuality. You bob up and down, suspended in the sea of shared existence, and the choice looms before you. You okay?
Is the choice to get scooping?
It's you. The choice is either surrender or fight. Given where people is now, what does he do?
What did Monica pick? Surrender or fight? That's a pondering question rather than a.
I would point out that not all of these choices are the same. In your case, it's a little more clear. But you have a moment to kind of, you feel this kind of.
So I'm being borne aloft on the wave of.
Maybe you're in the jar. There's a feeling of that. Maybe you're not in the jar yet.
Does it feel like I will know more if I surrender to it?
You don't know. The choice is surrender or fight. You don't get to see beyond the precipice.
Surrender.
Cool. Does anyone want to stop and take a break? Cool. Who wants to go next?
I believe I am next in line of this unfortunate convo.
Victor, you're in a space that seems all too...
So, just to clarify, is this Victor or is this Richtov? Because I'm currently Richtov. Has this forced to change and I'm experiencing this as Victor?
I don't think it matters in this case. However, you are effectively both. Both are witnessing this. It seems to cross the divide. So, Victor and Richtov, you are in a space that seems all too familiar.
So there's no token, I believe.
Ah. I'm going to fix that. Flowers. Check. You have vision. You have global illumination.
Mm-hmm.
You... Light, vision. Donkey Donk. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you okay, Red?
These are a lot. and
Hey, if you're the
no,
one
no,
who needs
no,
a
no,
break.
no, 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 no. I'm fine. I just need to get through them. That's where I need to be. Victor, you are in a space that seems all too familiar. The walls are lined with shelves, and on those shelves are neatly arranged bottles, boxes, and jars. On those bottles, boxes, and jars are labels naming every reagent, poultice, and mixture, and each one is a reminder of your failures. There is a long wooden table pressed into your waist, filled to the edges with beakers, flasks, and condensers. And in those beakers, flasks, and condensers is the fruit of your labors. Drip, drop. The golden liquid flows over heated beakers and into waiting flasks, moving so slowly, as if it had a will of its own. Knowing there was little time left to save her, the dripping from the final stage of the process rings out in the space as if you were in a cathedral. Constant, echoing, knocking at the door now. You cannot answer it. You mustn't answer it, lest it cause you to fail again. You stare at the dower flask, the receptacle for the final stage, the arcane rune it sits on, glowing and pulsing with every drop that emerges from the dilution. Drip, drop. Every moment has too much emotion, too little logic. It's a battle to stay still and observe as logic demands. It is too important to do anything more. It needs more time. You need more time. That knocking, why won't it stop? You shout. Your own voice surprises you, booming, enraged, full of cruelty and vitriol. It stops. Finally, peace, silence. Drip. And the last drop falls. It is done. This is your creation, your wonder, your hopes, and your prayers. You have poured so much of yourself into this. You will have nothing left. But if it is enough to save her, then it will be worth it. Turning slowly and carefully, you cradle the dower flask in both hands, like a newborn child. Everything is leading up to this moment. Months of planning and procurement, culminating in a leap of faith. You cannot move. Your legs are trapped, held like a vice. Invisible chains that lash you to the floor. Your muscles shake and tremble, but you do not fall. Why can you not move? Why do they refuse? As you look up from your traitorous appendages, and in the distance you see your father, his anger, his disappointment, his sadness, and the longing all mixed on his face as his hand reaches out to you. From a door impossibly far away, you see your brother Prunal next to him, his head buried in his father's side, weeping openly, the tears staining your father's shirt. Failed her! The voice rings out again like a hammer, and you feel the flask slipping from your fingers, and a choice looms before you. Catch the flask. Take the hand.
The hand that's offered by...
The voice, I should say, you failed her, does not come from your father.
So there will be two actions that occur. So there will be... Because I've dropped the flask, correct?
The flask is going to drop. You have a choice. You can reach for the hand or catch the flask.
Okay. What I would like to do, if this is permissible, is to grab the bottom of the flask that should be incredibly hot because it's been under the flame, like almost intentionally burning the hands, and then throw the flask at the wall and then take the hand. So I'm still allowing the flask to be destroyed, but it is more an intentional act. It is it is anger and frustration, and then taking of the hand. If that is not
in this moment, is that Victor and Richtov's choice, or is it one and the other?
So it is both manifesting in different ways. So you have the rage at failure,
Right.
which is the self-punishment, and then the destruction, and then the kind of defeat and betrayal's the wrong word, my brain can't come up with the right word, but kind of acceptance. I'm now feeling like I'm printing out all the words that I'm trying to get to on the sheet. Like it's an acknowledgement of the failure. So one is self-punishing by injuring yourself and then destroying the work, and then one is acknowledging and accepting the failure by taking the hand.
Okay.
And then looking for forgiveness, I would say, is the action intended for taking of the hand.
Discuss what happens in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Finally, Raylan. Raylan, you hear the roar of the wind past your ears, and your vision is a chaotic blur of white flashes, green and brown. Breathing is impossible. Your lungs burn and strain, desperate for even the tiniest grasps of air. Your stomach lurches upward, threatening to expel its contents. Your clothes whip and slap against you, tearing at the seams under the sheer force. The initial terror begins to subside, and though the wind and light are still intense, they are somehow seem duller now. You gain some clarity and notice a massive chunk of the great tree just below you. Then you see it looming up towards you at an incredible speed. The city of Arbor. It would be beautiful if not for your dire situation. As it comes closer, clarity of thought does you no favors. Memories, feelings, and fears surge through your mind in a dizzying world as the panic sets in. You instinctively want to shut your eyes, but the question gnaws at you, should you?
No.
Blackness and pain. It hurts everywhere, and yet nowhere at the same time. You can't feel your legs. Your arms are pinned, your chest aches, and you feel sticky, as if covered in syrup, though the scent of blood in what little air you have dissolves you of that notion. There's so much weight on you, an oppressive, unyielding pressure. Every exhale causes the mountain of earth above you to shift, seizing the space your lungs once occupied, forcing out more air than you intended. You are pinned, buried, your muscles, what little strength remains, strain desperately to keep your bones from snapping under the colossal weight pressing upon them. The pressure is relentless, squeezing you with every breath. Every inhalation is a battle, every exhalation a surrender. You can barely move, every slight shift causing more earth to settle, increasing the suffocating pressure. The darkness is absolute, a void that consumes your senses, leaving you only pain. You can feel your strength waning, your resolve slipping. The thought of letting go, of ceasing to breathe, creeps into the dark corners of your mind. It would be so easy to stop struggling, to let the weight of the world swallow you whole. Your body screams for relief. Your mind teeters on the edge of panic and resignation. The choice looms before you: surrender or struggle.
Do I get the sense there's any point in struggling? I'll struggle.
You struggle. Very good. As the four of you waken, you hear the sploosh of water as Pupil dives into the water to the side, seemingly of his own free will. That's where we're ending.
Okay. I feel like there was more weight on that decision than I expected.
We don't know what the consequences of going in the water are going to be.
Oh.
Damn.
So, oh no. Oh no. What? Now. Was the decision for everyone one that will result in jumping in or staying up?
Something similar to that, yeah. You're not into the pit, the middle, you're off the side, by the way.
I don't know if that's better. Or worse.
Both. Why not both?
You okay there, bud?
His and yours are the worst by miles. At least for me, anyways.
You want to take a sec?
Okay.
I will stop the
There's a
recording.
particular line in